Hey there, Sonic fans. It's Dominic. Nick is currently in another state, a whole ass other state for the holidays, but today I just came back from a excursion out to Chicago, specifically in Wicker Park, where the Sonic the Hedgehog Speed Cafe pop-up was in the city for the weekend, and then through February 22nd, according to their Instagram page. How was the experience? How was the food? Was it worth some of the hype? Now, the very first thing you need to know about the Sonic Speed Cafe is that it is a pop-up, an officially sanctioned Sega pop-up. So the people who run this restaurant, who I'm not familiar with them, they are officially partnered with Sega. So this is an official event. You can expect the prices to be kind of jacked up a little bit. And in terms of how good the food is, how good the merchandise is, again, that's relative to how much you're willing to spend and how much you care about like material, kind of like cute merchandise stuff that's officially sanctioned, and again, kind of inflated in price. Personally, I'm not that kind of guy, so I'm coming in kind of from below. I'm not really coming in at it all that hyped up. So in terms of the official actual thing, I thought it was decent. It was all right. I didn't really know what to expect, right? Are we getting full on like a Chuck E. Cheese walking experience? No, that's not what this was. This was eat the food, check out the merch. If you like the merch, buy it, and then do some stuff for social media, exactly what I'm doing right now. But anyway, entering the store proper, the restaurant proper after a while, it was honestly not too much to look at. The decorations, they completely wrapped the room in wallpaper, even down to the floor. The floor had that checkered dirt pattern that you see on the side of Green Hill Zone or Emerald Hill Zone or whatever. Even the floor is like
you're right.
the sides of the levels.
Yeah, like a green hill. 31?
It was decent decoration. Again, because of how really small this place was, they really did not have a lot of room for decoration, which was the better move overall. Like, it would be very annoying if you could only fit like 10 people in there comfortably, and then it's chock full of too many decorations. They had spinning rings, that was cute, and you know, you had the gang in their modern bog standard iteration, just kind of on the walls and stuff. They did have a cardboard tree in the shape of like the Green Hill or Emerald Hill Zone type tree, but there was a sign that said, "Please don't touch," and it had Sonic like very sternly pointing at you, going, "Please don't touch the cardboard tree. No, wait, that's cool. Please don't touch." The age group for the attendees, it was honestly mostly people my age. Like, we're talking 20s to 30s. There were certainly some older people, parents. There was a good smattering of kids. And it was really cute because they were in their onesies and their baseball caps. I wasn't able to get any video of that because, you know, filming kids is weird. But in terms of an overwhelming majority of everyone that was there, definitely, I want to say like 80% of the attendees were young people in their 20s and 30s, which makes sense, right? This is Wicker Park. This is the Northwest Side. This is Sonic. This is millennial coded. This is Gen Z coded. Older Gen Z coded, right? But there's a lot of cross-generational appeal when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog, and I think that's really cool. Now for the food. This was kind of special. This was branded food in the general sense that it is officially licensed merchandise food. So yeah, looking at the menu, and I think this is the specific Chicago iteration for it, because they mentioned the Chicago dog multiple times, but the far and away first item right there is the classic chili dog. Absolutely, of course. Okay, this is the Go Fast Food Sonic the Hedgehog classic chili dog. Now, I don't have much of like chili dog experience, but we're gonna see how it goes. First bite might not be enough because it's on the fringes. We'll see. I'm gonna get some good like chili right there. It'd be really funny if they just used like bush beans or something like that.
Ahí te apoyo, está limpio. Excuse me. Estoy limpio.
Yeah,
De 40.
that's exactly what I hoped it would be. I think that's solid.
Sí.
Bun's a little basic, that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's got the black poppy seeds. And then we got cheese, onion, and chili. That's it. I think we're good. I think we're in business.
For a chili dog like that, yeah, is it overpriced? Yeah, I think it could have been $8. But again, this is branded, this is merchandise. This is officially partnered with Sega. I'm not saying that as a defense. I'm saying that's what you should expect. And I personally don't like that too much. As a chili dog in and of itself, yeah, I ate it. And pairing it with the onion rings, with the like the golden rings, like the power rings, pairing it with the onion rings, I got a decent meal out of that. Was I 100% full? Not necessarily, but other people got full, and so I kind of picked off of their stuff too. The fries were really nothing to harp at. They were kind of like trying to do McDonald's fries, but they were okay. For other entrees, you had the Knuckles sandwich, which is what a friend of mine got, and it's a spicy fried chicken sandwich served with fries. I had one of the chicken pieces, because the sandwich comes with two separate chicken kind of like tenders, more or less, and it's got this like kind of teriyaki. I don't know if that's actually what it was, but it was like a sweet spicy, and maybe my mouth was just numb from being out in the cold the whole time, but it really wasn't that spicy. If you're like a spice fanatic, do not be enticed by the word spicy here. It's not that spicy, which is fine. If that's going to be one of the main entrees, it probably shouldn't blast your mouth off. And the only other thing that I was able to eat, there's the chicken tenders as well. The unstoppable chicken tenders. Crazy menu heading item, but sure, why not? But the only other thing that I got was the elotes quesadilla, called the cheesadilla. That hit. That was fantastic. If you're going to go, get the elotes quesadilla, because I'm a sucker for quesadillas in general. And the corn, I think that was Oaxacan cheese. Again, I don't know any of these ingredients. I wasn't able to confirm them, but it tasted like Oaxacan cheese. It's that white cheese, that very melty cheese with the elote spice on top. It hit. It definitely hit. And for being a little cheaper on the menu, $10. That's not bad relative to the rest of this thing. If they're gonna give you a chili cheese dog for $12, that spicy fried chicken sandwich with fries for $16, that elotes quesadilla was worth it. I did not get any in desserts because I had to buy I bought 2 shirts. The merchandise was $36 each, and the sales tax was insane. It was 10% sales tax, so it's like another $5. So you're paying like $41 for the t-shirt alone. As someone who's not into merchandise, as someone who's not into like things, as you can tell by my wall, it's cool merchandise stuff. That's not my thing. That's really more of a Nick thing, which I really wish he was able to make it. But I think Nick is going to appreciate this shirt. So I got this shirt, one for me and one for Nick, and it is Sonic the Hedgehog looking cool, striking a pose with Chicago in cursive, and you got the chili cheese dog, kind of hearkening to the Chicago dog as well. And look, again, I am not a merch guy. I am not a things guy. Nick is that guy. He will make poor purchasing decisions, and he'll admit it too. And I'll be like, oh, Nick, you silly, silly goose. I did drop for 2 of these $71, $72, because again, the sales tax, for this exclusive Chicago Sonic shirt. It was just genuinely too good. Nothing else on here really. I didn't really like much else personally. The trucker hat, the lunchbox. I don't need the mugs. That white shirt was okay looking. Again, coming from someone who doesn't really enjoy those kinds of things, that's not really a focus of me. But this got me. There is I can laugh at this, but also think it's legitimately really cool, which is where I think this show really lies. And I think it's it just really epitomized what we are as gotta talk fast. So you know what? I will chalk it up here. So Nick, you're gonna enjoy this, buddy. Merry Christmas. This one's for you. Don't pay me. The staff were fantastic. They were prompt. They were attentive. They were doing their absolute best to get people's orders and merchandise through the line. At one point, I thought I had received the wrong shirt, but actually I was just looking at it wrong. The way it was folded, 2 of the shirts share the same front design, but then have a different back. And really, the person working, hello, it's my cat. But the person working the register was super nice, super kind, was very patient with me while I got that wrong. And I, tried to be as polite as possible, and they were just as polite back. Really, overall, the staff were great. But man, this grand opening weekend was insane. Here on the 20th and 21st. The line, I think I joined the line at the worst possible time because the line stretched for like 300 people down the block. Here's Tala. I'm going to do a brief. Now imagine that, but 2 times that number behind me. I don't want to show behind me because people's faces. The line has not gotten shorter. The line has not gotten shorter. I think it's gotten even longer / thicker, but it is where I started the last stream is still where we're at. I'm not proud of this. I'm just telling you that nothing is. If you ever get FOMO for missing out on pop-up stuff, nothing is worth this. But it's okay for me to do it because it's part of a bit. If it's a bit, it's funny. And if there's anything that Nick knows me for, it's for committing to the bit. I think this is, I've never run a restaurant, but I think they could have adjusted certain things about how the restaurant was run in terms of getting people in the doors faster, because it was 20 to 30 degree weather. Felt like 20-degree weather. I can tell you that much. And at times it was windy. I don't know, in my opinion, I think they could have asked if certain people were just there to buy merch, or if maybe they start putting in a time limit for how long you can eat inside the actual restaurant. Because the thing about this restaurant is that at least the Chicago one, there's not a lot of room. This thing was tiny. It was small. Like this room that I'm in now, which is not that big of a room. What is this? 10 by 12 foot room or whatever. This is 2/3 of the restaurant already. I am not joking. Maybe it's probably a little wider because there were parts where the table were a little deeper, but this thing was small. This thing could host maybe, I didn't count, but it felt like 25 people at any given time. I think there's a fire code rule in there as well. Really, the fact that I was in line for about 3 hours, I thought coming in at an odd hour would be good. Turns out that was bad because it went from the front door all the way to the end of the block. Now, for a lot of people, I know that that immediately would turn you off to this thing. If you're gonna go on a weekday and again at odd hours and enjoy that experience and wait. Just wait. Don't go during the opening weekend. If not just the one in Chicago, but any other speed cafe, don't go opening weekend. Give it 3 weeks minimum. Enjoy it at a time when it's not the busy hours. But man, Chicago winters, you don't mess around with those. You get that lake effect. But thankfully, a very nice pair of people that I had gotten into line with just randomly. I went with a few friends, but I didn't know these 2 people that gave me the hand warmers. They bought, one of them broke off and then came back from Walgreens with hand warmers, and they gave them to me, and that was so kind of them. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Someone just gave me hand warmers. Oh my goodness. Where'd you get them?
Walgreens, they're the last ones too.
Wow, that's so nice of you. That's so kind of you. I'm actually going to put these on my feet. It can be a very, very long line. If you're into that, if you like convention lines and whatever, then this is perfect for you. But for me, this is not my kind of thing. I really just did it for the channel, for the show. We have our cat back. So yeah, if I had to give a rating on the overall experience, I think I would have to give it 2.5 out of 4 stars, just because this building was just way too small. It could not accommodate enough people. And because of that, you had to sacrifice some of the design, some of the decoration, and there really wasn't enough breathing space to enjoy the overall kind of experience. Like to my, I wasn't able to get a good video of it, but to my left, where I want to say 3 tables, and then to my right, as soon as you enter through the door, to my left were the tables, and to my right, it was just like a bench. It was like a Green Hill Zone themed kind of bench, kind of looked like Minecraft blocks, grass blocks. And there wasn't, people were just kind of eating on that bench. It was a very crowded affair. If you are not good with tight spaces and with people eating right next to you, kind of, I don't know, Parisian cafe style, then you probably won't enjoy this specific Chicago experience. Because again, it's very small. They could probably fit in there 30 people at the very most. But between what I ate, which was probably the most popular food item, which was the chili dog, the onion rings, and then the elotes quesadilla, that was the hit. Get the elotes quesadilla. I think that saved it for me. But just the crampness of it all, despite the people working their absolute hardest to make it run as efficiently as possible, there really wasn't much going on. Oh, I also forgot to mention that there were 2 consoles playing Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which makes sense because it's a new game, so they're doing promotional stuff for it. I don't think they should have done that, because that could have been more space for people to sit down and eat, and also it kept people in the store for longer when there are people who are freezing outside for like 2.5 hours. So I think they need to just turn that off, and I don't think they were prepared for a surge in people. And I genuinely think they probably should have adjusted somehow to this absolute flood of people. I don't know. I feel like they could have done a merchandise specific line, or put the eating area in a different room or something. I know you can't knock walls down. I'm being very generous to like the actual logistics for something like a pop-up that's not going to be there for more than 2 months, but just something so that the wait isn't 2.5 hours. That was absolutely ridiculous. Or maybe send someone out there in the line so that you can have like a speaker playing I Am All of Me or City Escape, just to keep the blood going in people's veins. So yeah, that was unfortunate. That really did sully the experience. I saw a lot of people leave the line, but once you're like a third in, you kind of get this sunk cost fallacy, which is classic. I think that happens all the time in like conventions and pop-ups, but I do not like that. This is not my culture. This is a part of the fandom nerd pop-up culture that I genuinely do not like. So maybe in the future, if Nick will join me, we can enjoy this together. But for the people working the joint, and for the people I was standing in line with, everyone was cool. No one was fussy. No one was annoying. There was a camaraderie there, and it was really nice to see Chicago turn out and be really way past cool for this experience. I should also mention that I went on opening weekend, probably at some of the worst possible times. So that might weight, the weight is probably tilted against it there. If you were to go at a time where it was like in the middle of January on like a Tuesday, maybe that experience will be better for you. But whatever you do, because this is an officially sponsored, branded Sega thing, partnered thing, you should prepare to spend some money. If you and one other person are trying to have a complete meal and you're each trying to get like some kind of merchandise item, you should prepare to spend like $70 to $100. And they kind of get you because you're in that line for so long, and you get to the front and you can't just walk away with nothing, right? So prepare to spend money. I don't think that's necessarily a knock against it, because again, it's a branded thing, sponsored thing. You're probably gonna drop some rings. So yeah, 2.5 out of 4 stars. 2 stars if you're really not into waiting, if you're not into merchandise spending. You're not hanging out with Ben Schwartz. You're not playing tag with Knuckles and Shadow, okay? This is a branded thing, which it is what it is. Know what you're going in for. So yeah, this is kind of a one-off thing. As you can tell, I'm not used to doing this kind of vlogging thing, but we do have a show on this channel where we go through every single Archie Comics Sonic the Hedgehog issue the legendary 500, 400, 500 issue series that ran for 2+ decades and is one of the most legendary comics runs in all of history of that medium. And man, we're getting to some good stuff right now. So stick around, subscribe, like, and hopefully we might do some cool, fun stuff like that in the future, because we enjoyed going to Sonic Symphony last year. No Sonic Symphony here in 2025, unfortunately, but hopefully when that comes back, we can do that. We can check that out. We can go to conventions. We can find some cool stuff to do. The sky's the limit here, really. So for now, Sonic in Chicago, baby. I know that Venezuela is currently being heavily targeted by the United States, which is bad, evil, wrong. That's imperialism. Shame on America for doing that. That's just a damn shame. The Freedom Fighters would not approve. Princess Sally Eggcorn would not approve. Sonic the Hedgehog would strongly disapprove of that, and he would do something about it. So Sonic the Hedgehog would do something about the American airstrikes on Venezuelan boats. I think I'm going to get the onion rings, too. I'm just a fan of onion rings. Freedom to East Turkestan, bro. You know what? I all I can say to that is I do not like Russian. I do not like any kind of imperialism. I do not like any kind of imperialism. That includes American imperialism, Chinese imperialism, Russian imperialism. That's lame and not based. Sonic doesn't approve. Not way past cool. So don't. Imperialism is bad. I don't know if that's specifically the type of oppression that you were talking about, my friend from East Turkestan. But either way, I hope it is. I hope whatever line that you are fighting for freedom in or promoting freedom in, I hope it is on a tolerant, multiracial, multi-religious, pluralistic, democratic, small d, democratic society. Worker forward, worker first society, because that's what we're all about in Sonic World, right? In the Archie comics, Sonic the Hedgehog series, of which this channel, this podcast covers, the Freedom Fighters on Mobius, like Princess Sally, like Tails the Fox, Sonic, and of course Sonic the Hedgehog. We all promote freedom.